Fourth Sunday of the Great Fast, St. John Climacus Octoreches Tone 7, the Holy Martyr Agapius and the 6 martyrs with him. Day 28 of the Great Fast, Resurrectional Gospel 7, Hebrews 6:13-20, Ephesians 5:9-19, Mark 9:17-31, Matthew 4:25-5:12, Sunday, March 15th, Hebrews 6:13-20. For God, making promise to Abraham, because he had no one greater by whom he might swear, swore by himself, saying, Unless blessing I shall bless thee, and multiplying I shall multiply thee. And so patiently enduring he obtained the promise. For men swear by one greater than themselves, and an oath for confirmation is the end of all their controversy, wherein God, meaning more abundantly to show to the heirs of the promise the immutability of his counsel, interposed an oath, that by 2 immutable things, in which it is impossible for God to lie, we may have the strongest comfort, who have fled for refuge to hold fast the hope set before us, which we have as an anchor of the soul, sure and firm, and which entereth in even within the veil, where the forerunner Jesus is entered for us, made a high priest for ever according to the order of Melchizedek. The word of the Lord. Ephesians 5:9-19. For the fruit of the light is in all goodness and justice and truth, proving what is well-pleasing to God, and have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness, but rather reprove them. For the things that are done by them in secret, it is a shame even to speak of. But all things that are reproved are made manifest by the light, for all that is made manifest is light. Wherefore he saith, Rise thou that sleepest, and arise from the dead, and Christ shall enlighten thee. See therefore, brethren, how you walk circumspectly, not as unwise, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil. Wherefore become not unwise, but understanding what is the will of God. And be not drunk with wine, wherein is luxury, but be ye filled with the Holy Spirit, speaking to yourselves in psalms, and hymns and spiritual canticles, singing and making melody in your hearts to the Lord. The word of the Lord. Mark 9:16-30. And one of the multitude, answering, said, Master, I have brought my son to thee, having a dumb spirit, who, wheresoever he taketh him, dasheth him, and he foameth, and gnasheth with the teeth, and pineth away. And I spoke to thy disciples to cast him out, and they could not. Who answering them said, O incredulous generation, how long shall I be with you? How long shall I suffer you? Bring him unto me. And they brought him, and when he had seen him, immediately the spirit troubled him, and being thrown down upon the ground, he rolled about foaming. And he asked his father, How long time is it since this hath happened unto him? But he said, From his infancy, and oftentimes hath he cast him into the fire and into waters to destroy him. But if thou canst do anything, help us, having compassion on us. And Jesus saith to him, If thou canst believe, all things are possible to him that believeth. And immediately the father of the boy crying out, with tears said, I do believe, Lord, help my unbelief. And when Jesus saw the multitude running together, he threatened the unclean spirit, saying to him, Deaf and dumb spirit, I command thee, go out of him, and enter not any more into him. And crying out, and greatly tearing him, he went out of him, and he became as dead, so that many said, He is dead. But Jesus, taking him by the hand, lifted him up, and he arose. And when he was come into the house, his disciples secretly asked him, Why could not we cast him out? And he said to them, This kind can go out by nothing but by prayer and fasting. And departing from thence, they passed through Galilee. And he would not that any man should know it. And he taught his disciples, and said to them, The Son of Man shall be betrayed into the hands of men, and they shall kill him, and after that he is killed, he shall rise again the 3rd day. The Gospel of the Lord.